It's time for GMA3, another day of Arctic air from the Northeast all the way down to Florida, as parts of the Southeast dig out from another big snowstorm. Now, when millions of Americans could finally get some relief. Face race against time.
If anybody's, have you had work? I'm like, yes, and?
The spike in cosmetic procedures performed on men over the past decade. What's behind the growing trend? And we just might celebrate music's biggest night all day long.
I've been making music since I was a little girl, and every time I'm here, I still feel like I need to pinch myself.
With the big winners.
Muchas gracias.
And we take you behind the scenes and welcome the Grammys to ABC. It's time for GMA3.
How can you not move with music's biggest night? We love it. Hello, everyone. Thanks for joining us. I'm Rhiannon and Alex.
And I'm Ginger Z, here with Stephanie Ramos. We are so glad that you could join us on a Monday.
Yes, great to have you with us. Coming up here on GMA3, get ready for some savings. Tori Johnson has some really great deals and steals in honor of Black History Month, and it's all from small businesses, so that's coming up.
You're going to want to buy all of these products. And have you ever heard of symptoms creep? It is a phrase, I haven't either, but doctors use this to describe subtle health issues that don't always raise a red flag, but could become very serious. So Dr. Sutton is here. He's going to tell us what we can watch out for.
Yeah, definitely have to listen to your body. Looking forward to that conversation. But first, we want to start with the unrelenting Arctic temperatures, cold weather advisories in the Northeast, and freezing temperatures as far south as Florida. Ginger is here with the very latest. I have to tell you, my family that lives in Miami, my mom and siblings, they could not believe how cold it was this past weekend.
Coldest in West Palm Beach, Florida since 1989.
Wow.
That's how cold it was in a lot of parts of Florida. So it was remarkable. Numbers-wise, we got down to 35 in Miami. Vero Beach, Daytona Beach, and Melbourne all had their coldest February temperatures on record. Things are moderating a bit for Florida. As for the rest of us, we may even see freezing here, you know, today, tomorrow, Wednesday.
Something to look forward to.
And then it gets colder again, but especially by the weekend. But we also have the record heat that's been falling in parts of the West. So Los Angeles up to parts of Montana as we go through this week, and even late next week, going to stay in that above average ridge. But you notice the blue. It's here.
So those big, huge mounds of snow in New York City are not going anywhere?
No, sorry.
Sticking around.
All right, let's move on from this weather to the FBI search of a possible biological lab at a home in Las Vegas. Chief Investigative Correspondent Aaron Katersky is here with the latest. Good afternoon, Aaron.
And good afternoon to you, Ginger. There were a number of suspected biological substances found in this Las Vegas home over the weekend, and now authorities are working to determine what they are and what the Chinese national who owns the place might have intended to do with them. A possible unauthorized biological laboratory inside a Las Vegas home is under investigation.
Our teams went inside and found evidence of possible biological material, including refrigerators with vials containing unknown liquids.
Investigators in hazmat suits scoured the home for hours and arrested the property manager. Police said there's no public threat, but law enforcement sources told ABC News authorities do not know what the substances are or whether they pose any danger.
This has to be a slow and methodical process by design. We have to take these situations very seriously, and we take all necessary precautions to keep our personnel and community safe.
Sources said the investigation started as a code violation before authorities began to suspect the possibility that illegal biological research materials were being stored at the property. The owner is a Chinese national who was arrested in 2023 on charges accusing him of importing and manufacturing unlicensed COVID-19 tests in Reedley, California. He owns nearly 24 properties in and around Las Vegas, and law enforcement teams are now searching all of them to see if they contain questionable substances. All of the materials collected are being taken to a secure lab for inspection and testing, and depending on the outcome of those test guys, criminal charges could be possible.
All right, Aaron, thank you for following that for us. Okay, we turn now to Super Bowl 60. There is so much excitement ahead of kickoff this Sunday between the Seahawks and the Patriots. And Bay Area resident Becky Worley is at Levi Stadium in Santa Clara with us with the preview. Hey, Becky, what's going on?
Hey guys, it is an exciting week here. Super Bowl 60 happening right behind me here in Levi's Stadium, and the teams have already arrived. They'll be practicing all week at Stanford University and San Jose State. That's where the players are, but the fans are all over the place. Up in San Francisco, they have the Super Bowl experience where they have autograph sessions with current players and legends. They have a 40-yard dash, so you can time yourself. I'm sure I'll be in a sub 5:40, ready for the combine. No, I don't think I'll be doing that. They've got Super Bowl rings through the ages you can check out. And then on Tuesday, we move over to the Pro Bowl. And this is not your dad's Pro Bowl. This is a whole new game with, they have skills games that they lead up into a flag football game. It is a ton of fun. It's going to be coached by 49er legends Steve Young and Jerry Rice this year. But then I just want to talk about the entertainment that's happening all around the Super Bowl. So many concerts. So let me see if I can get through these. I've got Benson Boone. That's one for Ginger, one of her faves. I know he was like #1 in your Spotify rap. Yep. Then we've got Noah Khan. He's going to be here. Sting, Bay Area natives Kehlani and Green Day. We've got Calvin Harris, Diplo, Sean Paul, T-Pain, The Killers, Ludacris, The Chainsmokers. I'm going to this next one with my family. They are so pumped. Olivia Dean and Shabuzi. My kids love Olivia Dean. And I'm thinking about getting myself to the Chris Stapleton concert. I mean, this is the guy who sings the Monday Night Football anthem. He did that amazing anthem for the Super Bowl a few years ago. And right now, he is the voice of football in my mind. So I'm really psyched for that, guys. It's going to be a great week. And I hate to say it, but it's going to be high 60s and low 70s all week here. Sorry, rest of America.
I mean, Chris
that
Stapleton,
alone.
warm temperatures. What more could you
Also,
ask for?
if I beat you in a sub 5:40, can I please come to Shabuzi and Olivia Dean with your family?
Just the concert. I'm fine with the concert.
Let's race.
All right, let's race for it.
What an
Thank you.
exciting-
You think we can do sub 10, Ginger, maybe? Sub 10? I don't know.
Right. Okay, coming up, we've got Dr. Darian Sutton, and he's going to be telling us all about symptoms creep, the missed clues that you may have an illness.
We are back now with the GMA Health Alert on symptoms creep. It is a term physicians use to explain what happens when early warning signs are missed. Our medical correspondent, Dr. Darian Sutton, joins us now to explain. Dr. Sutton, thanks for being here.
Good
We love
afternoon.
talking with
Happy
you.
to be here.
So let's talk about this, because when a person gets heart disease or cancer or most diseases, it doesn't happen overnight.
You're right.
Usually there are some type of symptoms, but people miss them. Explain what this symptoms creep is.
Yeah, so this is a term that can be used in different ways. Sometimes people say silent red flags or quiet warning signs. Essentially, these are serious signs of a serious illness that are often missed, as you said. And one of the reasons is because those early symptoms are not yelling at you. They often whisper and we don't hear them. Early excessive exhaustion after working out, chronic fatigue. These are things that we often normalize. And for many reasons, we don't talk about them, or we just simply ignore them until they interrupt our life or they show up as an abnormal test result.
Now, what kinds of symptoms are people most likely to overlook until it's too late or symptoms creep is on?
I love that question, because in the emergency room, this is what I'm trying to understand. We're trying to understand not just symptoms, but signs. And to teach you all some language within medicine, signs are things that we can notice that you may not feel, whereas symptoms are things that you notice and tell us about. And we use signs and symptoms to get to a diagnosis. Now, some common signs that are missed are things like high blood pressure. Really important note here, nearly half of Americans who have high blood pressure do not know it.
Wow.
That's nearly 16 million people. And insulin resistance, signs that your body is having difficulty managing sugar. It first presents as prediabetes, and nearly 16 million people have prediabetes and don't know it. So it's so important to understand those important signs. Now, as far as symptoms that we pay attention to, when patients are talking to me, things like chronic coughing, I'm paying attention to, because I know that less than 20% of adults who are eligible get screened for lung cancer. Frequent infections, that's a really important one. Is there an immune dysfunction issue? Is there a vascular problem where you're having a problem with blood flow and that increases your risk of infection? Of course, unexplained weight loss and chronic fatigue, those can be thyroid or anemia. These are important clues that really need to be understood in that doctor's appointment, and you have to bring it up or else no one's gonna know.
Let's talk about differentiating. How can someone tell the difference between normal aging or stress or something that really needs medical attention?
Yeah, and how can you vocalize that, right, to your doctor, your provider? The one thing, or the three things that you want to pay attention to is if it's new, if it's progressive, and if it's different from baseline. And I always say this, you cannot change something you don't measure. So you've got to write these things down. Your activity, your sleep amount, what your diet is consistent of, your medications and your supplements. You should go to your doctor like it's going to be a formal meeting about your bank account. And I know I say that because we treat our banks with more respect than we treat our own health, and health is all you have. So you want to write these things down. You also want to make sure you write down your fears and your concerns and treat your appointment as an open open book tests. And the questions you want to ask after that are, what are the appropriate tests that can help to answer this question? If a test is abnormal, what would be the next test? And really important at the bottom here, what is the best specialty that can help me get these answers? And this is because we're mostly talking to our primary care physicians. So if you want to get yourself to that specialist, those are the questions that you have to ask to get there.
I like what you said there when you said, you know, treat it like you're going for a bank appointment, because I think I'd never write notes.
And patients that do write notes, I always know we're going to have a fruitful conversation.
All right.
So try it, and I think it'll help.
Thanks, Dr. Sutton.
Of course.
Coming up, we are celebrating music's biggest night. We're going behind the scenes with the big winners from last night's Grammy Awards. Don't go anywhere. GMA3 will be right back.
Back now with music's biggest night, the 68th annual Grammy Awards. Will Reeve is in Los Angeles, where he got pretty up close to the action and went behind the scenes with the night's biggest winners. Hey there, Will.
Hello, Stephanie. Good afternoon to you. What a night of music it was. Bad Bunny cleaned up, Justin Bieber stripped down, Lady Gaga cast a spell. It was a whole bunch of magic in the air here at the Grammys, and backstage, the winners came through, and they talked to us here at GMA3.
Bad Bunny!
Overnight, Bad Bunny making Grammys history.
Bad Bunny, te vi.
The Puerto Rican superstar becoming the first Spanish-language artist to win the biggest award of the night, Album of the Year.
I want to dedicate this award to all the people that had to leave their homeland, their country, to follow their dreams.
And winning Best Musica Urbana album earlier in the night, and getting political.
Before I say thanks to God, I'm gonna say eyes out.
The wins kicking off an historic week for the 31-year-old. On Sunday, he'll take center stage at the Super Bowl halftime show. But perhaps the most talked about moment of the night came near the end from Cher.
Oh, the Grammy goes to Luther Vandross!
Luther by Kendrick Lamar and SZA winning Record of the Year, but Cher saying what sounded like the name of singer Luther Vandross, after whom the song is named. Kendrick officially becoming the most awarded rapper in Grammy's history, with 27 statues, taking the mix-up in stride.
We appreciate you at the bottom of our hearts. Luther forever.
And it was a night of big performances. Lady Gaga casting a spell on the Grammys, adding 2 more statues to her collection.
I'm really honored. Being a woman in music, being a songwriter, being a producer is something that really makes me who I am. So I feel a sense of belonging here after almost 20 years.
What do you tell yourself as you follow your dreams?
You know, I always lead myself back to rehearsal and discipline and practicing. Those things for me are like an internal metronome, and it allows me to keep a deep relationship with what I'm creating.
She said, take your time, watch the
The nominees for Best New Artist teaming up for a monster montage.
The Grammy goes to Olivia Dean.
I guess I want to say I'm up here as a granddaughter of an immigrant. I wouldn't be here. Yeah, I'm a product of bravery, and I think those people deserve to be celebrated.
Olivia checking in with her biggest fan before coming to talk to me.
Was that your mom on the...
That was my mum, yeah. She's the first person I had to call because she was waiting up in London, so I was like, let me actually speak to her.
And country superstar Jelly Roll sweeping his categories, winning 3 awards.
But you are a Grammy winner, and how's that feel?
It is every kid's dream to hold. Every kid that ever wanted to do music.
CEO of the Recording Academy, Harvey Mason Jr., on the magnitude of the show.
I felt it was a great celebration of music, all the different genres, the diversity, the performances. I just thought it was a really special night to kind of come together around music.
And the one and only Lauryn Hill bringing down the house. returning to the Grammy stage after 27 years with a collection of artists, including Wyclef Jean, for a Fugees reunion.
What a moment there from Lauryn Hill. All the performances were great. One performance we didn't get was from Bad Bunny. There was a joke with him and host Trevor Noah that Bad Bunny couldn't perform because he's got the Super Bowl coming up in a few days. And coming up in about a year, we've got the Grammys. They will be live on ABC and Hulu and Disney+. And we can't wait, guys.
Yes.
So exciting.
So
So many wonderful moments last night. I have to say, the Lauryn Hill-led tribute, that was phenomenal.
Yeah.
To D'Angelo, Angie Stone, it was just incredible. And Olivia Dean, seeing her perform as well. Incredible. Thanks so much, Will. Coming up here on GMA3, Tori Johnson is here with Deals and Steals from Black-owned small businesses. You don't want to miss it. Come on back.
Welcome back to GMA3. Tomorrow on GMA, we have one of our favorites. She is a legend. Susan Lucci is here live. The soap opera legend will tell us all about her new memoir on life, love, and loss, and also the healing process.
Oh, we can't wait for that. Also, all week long, we are counting you down to the big game. And tomorrow, we've got a Super Bowl ticket giveaway for some super fans.
And on Wednesday, Gronk. Four-time Super Bowl champion Rob Gronkowski joins us live to preview the matchup between his former team, the Patriots, and the Seattle Seahawks. You don't want to miss it.
I saw him walking the halls the other day.
Oh, really?
ABC. Yeah, he's so big. I always forget how
He stuck out.
Yeah. Wait, that's Gronk.
All right, well, now we're going to take a look at some of the best wellness destinations in the world. National Geographic releasing its list with top spots across the globe, and some of them close to home. Here's Sam Champion.
National Geographic's newest list, the best of the world wellness experiences in 2026. 14 destinations for travelers looking to unplug, unwind, or just recharge.
We're all looking for ways to connect better with our bodies, with our minds, and promote an overall sense of well-being.
There's everything from biohacking in the Maldives to exploring the wilds of Tanzania. But closer to home, there's Tucson's Canyon Ranch.
They've got all kinds of programs, the usual things that you might expect, but they also have all kinds of special programs using things like sound or even interacting with horses.
The other pick that doesn't require a passport?
One of my favorites is a place called Taliesin that's in my home state of Wisconsin. And Taliesin is architect Frank Lloyd Wright's one of his more famous homes that's fresh off of a multi-million-dollar restoration. And they're now holding weekend workshops there.
For wellness enthusiasts looking for adventures further afield,
Namibia, one of my favorite places, of course, an exotic destination in southwestern Africa, one of the most spectacularly beautiful parts of the world, and one of the world's best places for stargazing. I've done it myself and can say it is, can really be both life-affirming and life-changing.
Another global destination, the Ana Maya Resort in Costa Rica, is where the jungle meets the sea.
Costa Rica is not a surprising place to think about wellness. It's one of the world's blue zones, these places where people tend to live longer and healthier lives. All kinds of therapies you can do there. Saunas, cold plunges, red light therapy, oxygen therapy, sound healing, breath work, you name it.
Bring me all of it. To see the entire list of wellness destinations, go to natgeo.com. Stephanie, Rhiannon?
Thanks so much, Ginger. All right. And it's time for Deals and Steals. As we kick off Black History Month, Tori Johnson is here with big savings from Black-owned small businesses. Hey there, Tori. It's great to see you.
Favorites here.
Yes,
These are so soft. A lot of personal favorites for me in this lineup. This is Melt Fit, and it
feels like it'll melt on your skin.
Right?
It feels
it's
so soft.
unbelievably soft. It is flattering.
Yeah.
It's smoothing at all the right places. But what's especially fabulous is that there is no rolling. Nothing falls down.
Nice.
No matter your activities, everything stays in place. It's a size-inclusive line that was an Oprah favorite not once but twice because the fit and fabric are so fabulous. And these colors, even though we tend to think of like beige and black as your neutrals, these are all these can be neutrals. They really are.
They're
so
nice
they
colors.
look fabulous, work well for a variety of activities, and they're all 50 to 60% off.
And I can feel the fabric. That'll snatch you into place real quick.
There you go. Okay, hair care.
Yes.
This is scalp first hair care. That product that you're holding right there, that is their DNA Scalp Serum, and it's all about a healthy scalp is what will grow your healthiest hair. When you have scalp problems, oftentimes you don't even realize it. That product, when they launched it in Sephora, they sold their 90-day supply in the first day in Sephora, so it's really a fan favorite. Also, we've got their shampoo, which is formulated to help to make your hair have the perfect pH balance to help prevent breakage. And then this mask is really like what they say is like your winter hero for healthy hair, because so often our hair gets very dried out in the winter, so adding back moisture and ensuring it doesn't break, that's what all of these products are designed to do, and they're all 50%.
And they smell fantastic.
They smell so good. And by Issa Rae.
Really
Issa Rae is a part of
that's
this.
Right.
And Hannah
That's
Diop.
right.
Very nice.
She and her sister-in-law. LYS stands for Love Yourself, and these are all skincare infused makeup formulas. That one right there is one of their brand new concealers.
Oh, it's a concealer.
Yes, and what they're especially proud of is that this little tip can pop off. So for people who care about washing and cleansing all of their sponges,
Can clean the sponge
you
easily.
can clean the sponge easily.
I love that.
Big variety. All of their formulas, just really, these like melt on your skin. They stay in place. They don't crease. They really are designed to treat your skin and deliver the promises of makeup at the same time. These little bronzing sticks are fabulous too. Our glam team loves the line. I love the line. You'll love it because it's all 50 to 60% off.
The lip colors are beautiful.
Yeah,
I
really
love
nice
how it has a little window. Kind of tells you how much you have left.
Of course. Okay,
What do we
Move
have
Insoles.
here?
This is a company that makes really fabulous insoles that were initially started just for the sports world. And, you know, those are some of the people, athletes, who care the most about making sure that their feet are well cared for. They told me a funny story about this video here with Asia Wilson from the WNBA Finals, texted to say, I need more insoles immediately, and was caught on camera swapping her Move insoles from one pair of shoes to another pair of shoes. So they really have the testimonials from some of the biggest athletes, but these are made for everybody. So if you care about comfort, alignment, support, avoiding injuries, put some insoles in your shoes. These are all 50%
Well, Asia was MVP, so it was working for her.
There you go.
Definitely.
Okay, Brown Girl Jane. This is all about fragrance that kind of takes you somewhere. So we've got this one right here, Carousel and Carnival, are two of their best sellers. This Carnival one, this one, so that's like kind of a really high-end, like caramel apple scent. That's got this like juicy mango, so that you're not just
smells like a tropical island.
Exactly, and that's what it's designed to, so that when you spray it, you feel like you're transported to another place. All of the scents are fabulous on these. It's a popular line. Not only have they won more than 30 major beauty awards, but they've got some big beauties who are fans. Kim, Halle, Tracy, Beyonce, lots of one-namers are big fans of the line. You guys can get in on it at 50% off.
I don't know which one this one is, but this one also
they're
smells
really
great.
nice. And then finally, topicals, which I've wanted for so long. This is all about dark spots and pigmentation, and they deliver it in the most kind of convenient ways. So everything from a bar of soap that's not only going to take off the makeup but treat your skin, a serum, eye patches, even the little baby patches, everything slashed in half.
Everything slashed in half.
Very neat. Thanks so much. All right, we've partnered with these companies on these really great products, and you can get them at GMAdeals.com. And that's that QR code right there on the screen. It takes you straight there. All right, tune in tomorrow for even more deals. We are not done yet. It is only Monday. We'll be back. All right, coming up here on GMA3, why more men are opting for cosmetic procedures, including facelifts and neck lifts. That's coming up.
We cannot stop talking about this. We are back now with the growing trend of men going under the knife for cosmetic work. They may not talk about it as much as women, but the numbers have been on the rise in recent years, so they're just not admitting it. Ashan Singh is here with more on this story. Hey, Ashan, this is very interesting.
It really is, and it's the growing medical trend that the fellas don't seem to be talking about. New data showing cosmetic procedures for men are up over 50% in the last decade.
Facelifts, neck lifts, eye lifts, mini facelifts. It's a growing trend.
among men of a certain age. According to data from the American Society of Plastic Surgeons, minimally invasive cosmetic procedures performed on men jumped 53% over the past decade. But plastic surgery is often not spoken about, at least amongst men.
There's probably still a stigma around it, but a lot more men are getting work done. And then telling that story of, I've just been working out and taking care of myself. I took some time off. Okay, dude, sure.
If a guy gets a great result, he denies it to all of his guy friends. If a woman gets a great result, she tells all her girlfriends.
Dr. Andrew Barnett is a San Francisco-based cosmetic surgeon who's been in the business for over 40 years. Barnett says the lockdown was an eye-opening moment for men.
A lot of people working on laptops. So we had a dramatic increase in awareness of, hey, I don't look so good.
San Francisco is the tech capital of the world.
Right.
How have you noticed that the tech industry has contributed to this mindset of needing to look better, especially for men?
They're aware of the fact that they have to remain competitive. It's not looking old that's the issue, it's the concern of you're looking irrelevant.
Even though there are laws that protect against treating people differently based on their age, we understand that there are probably more opportunities given to someone who looks younger typically. So I think mentally, that probably negatively affects many of those who are middle-aged or even older, and I think that's what leads people to doctors' offices.
Dr. Barnett's procedures for men include an eyelid lift that costs $15,000 to $20,000 and a full facial rejuvenation that can cost up to $80,000.
It's really weird being the same age as old people.
Dalton Fine lives and works in San Francisco's East Bay and is one of Dr. Barnett's patients.
When did it first cross your mind that it's like, there are some things I want to change about myself?
The gateway drug was probably Botox, and that started, probably 20 years ago.
Dalton owns a company that throws elaborate events for clients with deep pockets. Many of those events are thrown for Silicon Valley tech companies.
The idea of youth and new perspectives is more relevant everywhere.
As the years passed, Dalton became more determined to fight the ravages of time.
Was there a watershed moment for you where you're like, I want to see this change in my face?
One word, the goozle. It was this. It was this, I was starting to get that turkey, if somebody caught my attention really fast like this, and I turned my head like this, I could feel this move.
So Dalton saw Dr. Barnett, who came highly recommended from a close friend.
I got a lower facelift, I got a neck lift, and he did a little bit of work on my upper eyes.
Dalton said he mostly recovered in a few weeks, in part thanks to new medications that help bruises heal faster.
How much did it actually end up bringing you up?
It was expensive. We're all looking for a bargain and value where we can find it, not in this arena. This is not the place to save $1,000 or $5,000 or $10,000.
At the end of the day, I want patients to look better. I can't control everything else that's in their life. I can only control one thing, which is what their appearance is.
We're now in this world of comparing ourselves to these movie stars who have all the access, all the privilege, and some of them, many surgeries that have gotten them to look the way that they do, but are not sharing. And so it makes people question, well, what can I do to change myself or to improve my image?
So one of my sales tools,
over a year after his surgery, Dalton has no regrets. He's happy to share his results with the world and hopes his story encourages other men to do the same.
If anybody's, have you had work? I'm like, yes, and? And I wouldn't give it up for anything. I mean, if it all starts to fall again, I would have no hesitation of doing it again.
And guys, doctors say the goal isn't about changing faces. It's helping patients decide whether they even want to. Sometimes it's not about always going under the knife, but instead getting that extra boost of confidence, right?
I did notice he didn't want to give us the price tag.
Yeah, I think it was a little hefty. You can guess, right?
Estimate how much it was, but as long as he feels good, and that's what it's all about.
That's what it's all
hey,
about.
if you want to go in there and this is going to give you that extra boost of confidence, and go for it.
No, totally. And you see the change that it had for somebody like Dalton, for sure, especially existing in a place like Silicon Valley.
Where it matters. All right. Thank you so much, Asham. Very interesting story. Coming up, don't go anywhere because we have Father James Martin here to tell us all about his new memoir and what he's learned from a lifetime of working. You're not going to believe some of the jobs he's had. Don't go anywhere.
We are back now with New York Times best-selling author, Jesuit priest, and ABC contributor Father James Martin. He has written a new memoir titled Work in Progress, Confessions of a Busboy, Dishwasher, Caddy, Usher, Factory Worker, Bank Teller, Corporate Tool, and Priest.
Love that.
Welcome. It's such a good title. You'd think you'd want it short, but no, not with all those jobs behind you.
No, it's like an advertisement for the book, just the subtitle.
Right? And now I know your parents were adamant that you start work at the age of 13. So what lesson were they trying to give you there?
Working hard. We needed the money, basically. We weren't rich growing up. We weren't poor. We were kind of middle class. But, you know, they instilled a really strong work ethic in me. And so all those jobs that you just listed, I worked during the summer. So it's a story of finding work and learning lessons and also eventually finding God.
You certainly have found God dedicating your life to the church. I want to go back to the tagline of this, Confessions of a Busboy, Dishwasher, Caddy, Usher, Factory Worker, Bank Teller, Corporate Tool. That is so many jobs. Which of these jobs had the biggest impact on you in your life today?
I think working as a busboy, it was my first job. I was 15 years old. It was 1976, the bicentennial. And I think I learned how people are treated. I wasn't always treated very well. And, you know, when I was kind of treated poorly, I thought, I'm never going to treat somebody like that. And I also learned the value of just working hard, you know, showing up, punching in, right? Which I think is a good value, right? As you all know.
Yeah, restaurant work, we say the same to our boys, because I was a bus person as well at the tables at weddings. It changes you.
Yeah, it does. And you say the way people treat you, you know? Yeah.
It can be really challenging. I love the cover of the book. That's you as a 13-year-old
That's me.
young man. There are so many wonderful lessons in this book, from apologizing when you need to and forgive frequently, ask if you don't know something, pay attention to those who are struggling, and most importantly, be kind. Which one of these is the most important, would you say?
Definitely be kind.
Yes.
I think being kind is 90% of Christianity, right? It's not the whole thing, but it's a lot. And I learned not only from people not being nice to me, I tell a lot of funny stories, but also people being very kind to me and showing me how to do things. And, you know, someone who doesn't have a lot of power or a lot of influence, really, or a lot of standing, you know, this 15-year-old kid, when someone's nice to you, you remember that. And it's, you know, it's a call for us to be nice to people, particularly who are in those service jobs, too.
You have been a Jesuit priest for more than 4 decades. And so talk about faith today.
Yeah, it's tough. I mean, I think the world is getting more secular, and there are so many kind of bad things going on. It's important to kind of hold on to your faith and to know that God's with us in all this. You know, it's a tough time in the United States. And I go back to sort of a secular saint, you know, Mr. Rogers, who always says, look for the helpers. And I think that's where faith comes in. You really have to believe that God's, you know, accompanying you in all that, and God wants you to do those kinds of things too. Again, standing up for people who are really on the margins and kind of up against it.
And you have spent your life doing that. You really have worked with so many marginalized communities. You've been a champion for LGBTQ rights within the Catholic Church. Is there a direction or a change or something you'd like to see within the church in your lifetime?
Yeah, I think more welcome for LGBT people, but as well as I think it's doing a good job right now standing up for people on the margins, migrants and refugees, the poor. So I think the Catholic Church is doing pretty well, but we could always be more welcoming and more open, I think.
You've had so many different jobs over the years before being a priest. Did you have a favorite? You were a golf caddy, and they're all listed there on the front cover of the book. But is there one particular job that sticks out to you from those early years?
Yeah, I like being a movie theater usher because I could see all the movies for free.
Oh, that's a good one. I'm a movie hopper.
Nice. Yeah.
We really appreciate you being here. Thank you. Can't wait to read through the book. Appreciate it.
Thanks, my pleasure.
And can't wait to have my boys read it.
Yes.
Work in Progress hits bookstores nationwide tomorrow, and we will be right back. Well, I feel uplifted. Thank you for watching.
What a great show. For more news, check out what you need to know anytime on Disney+. Have a great day.
Have a good one. See you tomorrow.